Hello, and welcome to Drunk Music Theory, which I just decided I'm going to do. So my cat is like staring at me like I'm crazy.
Not crazy.
I guess I am. I've been meaning to do like an educational YouTube, music theory thing for a little while, and I'm just drunk enough to just sort of start it right now. So this is sort of like episode 0. And I just wanted to talk about usually when people talk about music theory, it's like, oh, I don't want to learn any rules. They'll make me stale or formulaic or whatever. And I often talk about music theory as being a tool or like a system that I think about all music as being contained within the limits of music theory. And music theory is just a way for me, like if I'm stuck or if I'm looking for inspiration, it's a way for me to get inspired and to think about things in a new way. And for my theater training, we would always talk about tools, not rules. And so nothing that I ever say, regarding music theory is ever going to be a rule. There's nothing that you ever have to do. It's just an idea. It's musical ideas, theories, ideas, So, the beginning of music theory for me is really the major scale, right? It's the first step. And this is how I think about all music. It's always in the context of a major scale. So if you start on G, the low third fret of the guitar, you can actually think of all notes as being related to each other. And the major scale is one way that you can do that. So, like, if the G is 1, and you count up to 7, and then you start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 1. And it goes infinitely up and infinitely down. That's sort of the basis of Western music theory, of European music theory. That's like the core of it, right? And each one of these is both, how to say this? It is an interval from G, 1 to 1, that's a unison or an octave. But 1 and 7, that's a 7th interval. That's a distance between two notes. But you can also say that is a scale degree. So when I play the same scale as chords, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Those are also scale degrees, and that's honestly a huge help in the advanced stages of music theory. Whenever I'm in playing a new song, I'm oftentimes thinking about scale degrees. And, they just played that chord, which is the 4 of this scale. And so I'm going to play the notes of and this can go anywhere. The cool thing about the guitar is that it's a shaped-based instrument. So, like, if I'm playing a G major scale, if I take that same shape and I move it somewhere else to B flat, say, that's B flat, and I play that same shape, it's different notes, but the intervals are all the same. The scale degrees are all the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 1. lot of piano players can tell you the exact note that is the fourth of whatever key. But a lot of guitarists, myself included, it's like, you tell me what key it's in, and I'll find the note, and then I'll tell you what note it is. What's the 7 in C sharp? I'm like, oh, well, there's C sharp. It's C or B sharp, depending on how technical you want to be. Right. And so this is the basis of everything. You can also alter these notes. So I don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. I can go 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. One, two, three, and then there's the regular 4, and then I sharp the 4. That's one of the reasons that the major scale can be a system that you think about. It's not that you're going to play a major scale every time you play a scale, or you play a scale on top of somebody. You're not gonna play the same series of notes when you're soloing. Sometimes I'll hear a note and I'm like, oh man, there's this moment is the 2 chord, and I know that the 2 major 7 chord, dominant 7 chord, the 2 major or the 2 dominant 7 chord of a scale, that includes the sharp 4. So let's say you're that's G, which is the 1, and then you have a 4, which is the C, and you have a D chord, which is the 5, and then you go to A7. That note, that's the sharp 4. And so while I'm playing my scale, I might go up to the sharp 4 at that moment. And that's because I'm thinking about everything in this contained scale with alterations. There are many times I use the flat 7. Or, the flat 7 is actually a really good example. So maybe I'm going... That's a 1 chord, a G, and then an F, which is the flat 7, and then to a C, which is the 4. So when I'm soloing over this, if somebody is playing G, F, C, what I'm going to want to do is when that F comes along, I don't want to play a regular 7. It's going to clash with this. That doesn't sound good, right? So I'm going to want to play a G scale, G major scale with a flat 7. I hope that makes sense. It's drunk rambling, so here's to hoping. But when you're learning music theory, it's not so much about rules. It's just about understanding what you hear. I frequently tell my students, including my sister, when you're playing major scales and any scale, any type of music theory, it's all meant to help you play what you hear. If you don't hear anything, you shouldn't play anything. Chick Corea, one of the most technical pianists in history, period, he said you should play what you hear, and if you don't hear anything, you shouldn't play anything. And I very much believe that. So the major scale is just meant for you to be able to play what you hear, right? And it all starts there for me. I typically teach students this position first. 3-5, 2-3-5, 2-4-5, 2-4-5, 3-5, 2-3-5, and then back down. And I want you to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7, 1. And the reason for that is I want you to, be able to play what you hear. And you should play that over and over and over and over again until you can hear it in your head. I can sing a major scale anywhere, in any key, in any register. Not because of talent, but because I walked around coffee shops just singing it all the time and being really annoying. And when you get comfortable enough being able to sing along with that, I should be able to go 1, 7, 1, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, flat 3, 3, 1, 7, flat 7, 6, 1, 2, flat 3, 3, 2. Sorry. 1. 4, 3, 1, 2, 7. 1, 5, 4, 3, 1. That's the use of music theory. And then I can take that to any key. I can take that to any song that I hear. If I'm hearing a song in my head, whether it's something I'm making up or it's a song I'm trying to learn, I'll start with major scale. I'll be like, oh, here's E flat. I'm not very familiar with E flat, so I'll go. 1, 2, 3. Heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? And I'll do that same part when I'm learning it. I'll go 5, 5, 5, 3, 5, 6, 6, 6, 5, 5, 5, 3, 5, 6, 6, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 5, 5. And I'll work that out. That's all. I was just working major scale. I was thinking one chord, and then I'm playing the melody at the same time. And then sixth chord, but I don't actually have to change it from the one chord, because those are all notes of the sixth chord. 4 chord, and I just didn't play the root. But that's an A flat, right? That's 4. That was hard for me, but that's a 5 chord with a suspension. But that's just because the melody. If I was just playing chords. All I'm thinking about is the major scale. I'm thinking 1, 6, 1, 6, 4, 5, 1, 5. tricky one, but you know, I know that it's the 3/7. So 1, 2, 3. Hallelujah. Right? Hallelujah. 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 I hope that makes sense. Very rambly, very drunk. But learn your major scale. Learn the G major scale, learn it without open strings. And sing along to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The first step is just doing those notes. And then eventually you do that as chords, where the note that you're saying, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, it's the root of the chord. G is 1, A minor is 2, B minor is 3, C major is 4, D major is 5, E minor is 6. 7 is a tricky one, but just know that it's minor or half diminished. And then back to 1, and then back down. And then once you learn the regular chords, then you can learn 7th chords, where you add the 4th note. So then it's G major 7, A minor 7, B minor 7, C major 7, D 7, E minor 7, F sharp half diminished, and then you can either do 1, 7, or you can do all kinds of stuff. That's music theory in Europe at the beginning. It gets crazier, but it all comes from the major scale. What I used to do is learn the numbers, the intervals of songs that I loved. So like the best example is Gravity, right, by John Mayer. So it goes between the 1 chord and the 4 chord for the verse. 6, 5, 5, 3, 6, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 6. Hopefully that was helpful to at least one of you. All right.